Sure, to the bill, you know, cause I got people, you got information, not infinite, that's just.
I keep
You know me.
Yeah. I'm gonna just sit at the front, or you can, whichever you're comfortable. I'll put this over here.
Yeah, we still got somebody coming. We got the doctor coming.
Okay, yeah, indeed.
He's on his
Hey,
way
God, on that note, can you introduce me to him at the show and food?
Yeah.
Was he just influenced by you, or he's a citizen of our nation?
He's a citizen of the nation.
Okay.
He's about to go on to the. Right now, he's completing his 1 to 14.
Okay, great. He's a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, he's going from the 14 to the 20 degrees to 1 to 40.
Okay, so
yeah, he's a certified surgeon.
Woo!
As a matter of
he's
fact,
condolences too, right?
As a matter of fact,
yeah.
he just sent this picture. He just sent these pictures.
Yeah, you can send me when you get down. Whoa, look at the God, look at the God, look at the God. Yeah, you give me that.
Yes,
yeah, you give me that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the God, man. That's right, man. Look, we all in the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, peace.
He's a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neurosurgeon and a spinal surgeon.
Woo!
Yeah. So he stays in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. We call that Peaceful Asia.
Peaceful Asia?
Yeah. We call it out there. He linked up with me through a brother named B Original. You know, so now I'm making sure the brother gets through his lessons.
Okay, God, right. Okay, so, and you're Jay, right?
Jacob, God Jacob.
God Jacob?
Yeah.
God Jacob, okay.
He been coming to the, you know, he's a graduate from the Street Academy.
Okay, peace.
He loves the gods. He been coming in, and when he came, Divine Your Education said, you God Jacob. That's what Allah would have said.
Who told him that?
Divine Your Education.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
So ever since then, he's been God Jacob.
Yeah, okay.
He's on the student enrollment.
Great. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, we just got here. Welcome to the world.
He's on the spectrum. So he's on the spectrum.
Okay, got you. Yeah, got you. I understand the bill. Yeah, you know, so welcome. And then I do this, as you all know, hybrid. You know, I do it live, and then I do it, you know, through the, we just going through the what born is and all that. The basic rudiments, just to go through that. But just for the audience, I just want to say this here. So, yeah, you too. That's what you know. Yeah. So,
Little baby.
Look how face, he's like, what? He just jumped up and touched me. Look at that. He won us. Yeah. So, just for the audience that's listening, so elevation is a integral part of the Newark Street Academy. Great work. I failed. We got to come out there too, God. We got to, you, me, and the team. We got to get out there and see them, man, because they constantly come here. They're doing great work. I mean, in fact, in the earlier parliament, you know, I had to give God his accolades because one of the premises of the Street Academy, you correct me, God, I know you know that, is one of the core is the knowledge itself.
Core values, right? That's our very first core value.
The knowing who you are, like Almighty God taught man to teach us on, right? This was one of the things he said prior to him leaving here. He told the guards that on his way out, listen, man, I'll be out, you know, whatever you do is teach on. Like he kind of sensing the atmosphere, but that's what we did. And we took this in different levels. And I remember the God. And I ain't talking about like 1970. I'm talking about like late 80s, early 90s when this was still popping here. Yeah. We had Prince Aquaman and Kaleem and everything. It was going down here.
Yeah.
Right? And we had a lot of the young guys coming from Jersey here. God was one of them. And Square and a few other brothers who come to them. And they stood the test of time. J Mathematics was born. Born means to be complete. So, but there are stages of born. You know what I mean? I had to go through knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Some people that came with them didn't stay. They went wherever they went. You know, they peace to them, wherever. but they stayed in the midst of everything, the muck and the mire, and fighting, everything, and what we went through when we were younger. Be quiet, shut up, listen, right? You know what I mean? So they understood, and took this knowledge and ran with it. Didn't even know, actually, myself, the Newark Street Academy, they address youth, people at large, with, in terms with the knowledge of self, and different, because when we speak of knowledge of self, also, I had to learn. That's why I was put up on the board, the basic rudiments of retain, eternalize, and God. I put the mathematics there, but it's impeccable that you retain information, but it's not. But you have to internalize as well. Internalize means let me take in. You know what I mean? That I'm listening, right? How does it apply to me? Right now, let me say this to you. Lessons will teach us that the duty of a civilized person is to achieve beside precipitation, righteousness, knowledge of himself, and the science of everything in life. Love, peace, and happiness. So, yes, you God Jacob, she's the queen. That's the babies, But there are other dynamics that involved in that, like be law-abiding, like go to school, vote. Allah taught that. In fact, he himself was in the army, in the Korean War, and left, right? Medals of Honor and Valor. And then he was in the Nation of Islam, of course, left there, right? But then, one of the premises of why he came and taught us was because, again, one of my favorite pieces is that, the eyes round will give you a well-rounded picture. So Allah seen, hold on, man, like the adults got Christianity, and these people got masonry, and these people got, what these children got? What these babies have? You know what I mean? So he came and taught them the knowledge. And people around him as well. He taught adults, but a lot of our older brothers were children. Black Messiah and Jamel and Al Jamel and Prince and all them, 18 and 16 and 14 and 12. They were young men, adolescents, being taught this. And then they went on to teach the world, taught, and it continued. A lot of our teachers was tough love, loved them for that. You know what I mean? But they got us where we are. They got to go into the Newark Street Academy. When we fast forward, because God wasn't always gray hair. I mean, we were young men, black, young. Yeah. We were all in there coming through. He telling the truth. He telling it. Yeah. Coming through here, we didn't, and a lot of us not knowing the course or the direction. You know what I mean? This is what I wanted to do. I'm here. Some people left. Some, even when I was coming up, some people left with me. They like, okay, listen, I'm not gonna stay here as a father. So I'm gonna be Christian, Muslim. All right, peace to you. Be on the hostage. Peace to you. You know what I mean? Here, though, unequivocally, we teach you who you are. Right. There's nothing you can touch, Jacob. Taste, smell, feel, or hear that's greater than yourselves. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the black man, I'm talking about the black woman as well. You know what I mean? That righteous family. So, but more so, right? The understanding of the knowledge itself teaches us to, be right and exact, right? What does that mean? You know what I mean? So again, it's one thing, like I'm telling you, we had a nice discussion. It was basic. Right before y'all came in, we were talking about the ninth degree and which is born in the 136. I think now he's a grown big man. Right. He go wrong whichever you have. And how does that apply? You know what I mean? Some people are like, okay, well it means, but it's good to understand it because in this day and time, people are still fearing, I'm not trying to do that. Right?
You see that when people drive, that inherent fear.
Yeah. Peace, people go, I see you. Yeah,
Peace.
to this day. In fact, I was just telling him, I had the honor to, I was telling God too, this is the second time it's happened. So I'm in wow, this is deep. I'm with an agency called CJA, Criminal Justice Agency. So they work in partnership with the courts. Right, you can't talk about the arraignment of pre-trial detention and supervision without talking about us.
Right.
So we're sitting there, I'm just starting with this job. So I'm sitting there, so, and they, he walk you through the arrest, they take you right through the bullpen, all the way up to the arraignment. So I'm at the arraignment part. Well, the second time I'm at this arraignment part, we had his brother coming from the back. Part of his arrest was that he was talking about whatever he did has something to do with who are the 85%. Now, 85% is a statistic. So I'm not thinking you're talking about the 14th degree and the 1 to 40. So I'm sitting there, she said, yeah, but I'm seeing how statistically, she used that word, and the 85% has, what's that to do with you, right? But then she said, but then when she used this word, see, words of power. When she used the word, I don't, just what she said, I don't see how you, in this complaint, were teaching the 85%. I said, wait a minute. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Sounds like us here. I said, who this brother, right? So I'm sitting there quiet because that's not my job to, So we our peace to him, right? So she happened to look into the audience, and I think she seen we had our little badges on, and we're saying, how you doing, John? So I'm like, may I, real quick? How you doing? Yes, because I know you got some people coming in, 5% honored to be working, in this capacity and whatever, blah. But just to kind of, and I'm just trying to give you kind of understanding from the science. I use the word tenet or belief, but the science. So 85%, they don't know. These are people like, okay, let's use this paradigm. Y'all are the small portion of people who's trying to prevent a continuation of either darkness and the preparation of or the continuation of crime.
Yeah.
The 5%, we just try to give them the knowledge of themselves because they don't know. Because people do things, and that's universally understood through lack of knowledge. I don't know. The God life is saying that the big man in our degree, the 9th degree and the 1 to 36, yeah, I feel it because I don't know who I am. I doubt me. Right? Like the God would say, I'm driving, so people inherently afraid, because you're not, I got to get used to how to maneuver. Right. So I have to continue to keep, the practice of who I am. See, because when you know the elevation, when I know who I am, because some people, because if you teach unequivocally, I get this quite often, and I'm sure after God finished airing this, I'm here like a blasphemy. Oh, how because I'm saying unequivocally, I'm the Lord thy God.
That's right.
But it's raining, it's snowing, and the sun is coming out as a direct result of the knowledge of myself. So we prove not a problem. Because when you know who you are, right, then you know everything around you.
Right.
Right. So, having said that, meaning this here, someone asked me, I get it, Jesus, made rain. Okay, I got you. You get theatrical spiritually with me with that until I ask you about, do you understand where you live, the dynamics of where you live, how fast this planet travels, why this water can get out of the Earth's atmosphere, which how it's rotating around the sun, why it gets cold. Do you understand the science of where you are? And do you understand your relationship to that? No, we're not doing this. Click, and then it's, no, that's never happened. You're being taught that. And again, we're not here to disparage people, again, but this is, in this vehicle, history best serves that we've always been teachers about who we are, the knowing of self, right? And how that applies. I'm speaking from it from a bigger and greater spectrum, right? God does too. 'Cause I be watching some of his work, right? But then we also need to speak to behavior, because with knowledge, right, is the units of thoughts that controls your behavior, right? In fact, thought is the father and mother of the deed, right? So let me, how you do? What do you know? You got to do, on this, on that, on crip, on blood, on that. I'm not. All right. Well, let me help you understand this dynamic here. I'm not here to make you a 5%er.
That's right.
But here's what I am going to do. One thing I know this on this universal flag, right? There's black, brown, and yellow. You my brother. I'm not gonna let you leave my presence without imparting some knowledge on you. And then that's where that goes, right? And again, I'm not, like I tell some people. I had brothers in the bullpen. Peace to the God, peace, man. Yeah, God, I'm getting tired of this. I said, well, you know your lessons. You know where to go. God said, man, if you want to master something, leave it alone. But then you have to go. I had to do it. I mean, I'm not here testifying, but that's real. I had to come to grips with, if a civil I come to perform the duty, what must be done. Oh, so you the servant that knew the will, and you performed not the duty after we told you, but you knew the meaning, and then you refused to do the duty? Oh, see, the dude that don't know, Jacob, I get Jacob. So we'll help him. But you, oh, we got you. Come over here for a minute. Yeah, you go, do you filthy? Yes. Because you knew that, and you have the power to make that right, and you decided to do this. Woo! Yeah, I felt that. And my brother was telling me that. Same thing, he's teaching in his school. We had to, I had to learn that. So I said, let me go back to this map. 120. Because that's what 120 is a map too. I call it. I'm not saying you have to say that. I mean, it's good for you to know, yes, impeccably, because I'm telling you to retain. But that don't, because I did think that at first. I think a lot of us did when we were younger. But once I closed all this, put all that on brain, woo! You could, man, I'm good. I'm good. After I called that last degree, you put 3% any million mile, woo, yeah, man, I'm one because you're happy. But that's a lot of information to put on brain. Especially this degree, wow, Muhammad makes it up to 34. Woo, I don't even want to quote that one. That's still, that's just here. That's just the answer to the question. Then you got the answer.
Then you got the answer.
And then, but before that, you had the 4th degree. That's just a dress rehearsal for the 8th degree and the 28th. On your next lesson. But now, this is important to know because only because you reference. Like I'm sure the God does like I may not give you, I'm going to speak the language best understood by the people, because a lot of people may not understand where I'm coming from. So let me show you what I mean by born. Or let me show you what I mean by this degree and how it applies. Again, we're not forcing nothing on you. Some people may come from Christian backgrounds. Muslim spiritual background. Oh, you teaching that hate, you hate God. No, I hate God, but love you. Listen, all right. I had somebody tell me that too. Their children, I was in Yonkers in this building. I was living in this building, 6 Main Street. They got a basketball court upstairs, so a lot of children want to go up there. So unruly, only because it wasn't hurting nobody, screaming, hollering, whatever. That's okay. We just direct their energy. That basketball seemed going up there. So, but it went from basketball to 1 or 2 of them saying, oh, peace, man, what do you teach? Or what's that? Whatever. So they go home to their mother. Yeah, man. Yeah, mother. Yeah, black man's God. Huh? Blasphemy. The Jew said, my mother screamed at me, whatever. So she asked me later on, she came to the, I thought the lady was visiting someone in my apartment. So she said, yeah, this lady wants to see you. You in apartment 511? Yeah. I said, yes, man, how you doing? Can I help you? Because I was going to say, yeah, you teaching my children? I was still going to the top. Oh, okay. What's the matter? Oh no, you teaching them that Jesus didn't. I said no. Okay. So Christian, yeah, okay, all right. Peace to you. That's where you want to keep your head. That's good for you. But took him from the street. Here's what happened. So you understand the dynamic, right? Because he was unruly, running around. So we had a place for him to go. He wanted to know. In fact, and I'm keeping real with you. In part because knowledge. I got this from Arlene. Knowledge was good on black people, right? So. Yes, I told him that the black man is God. That's not right. Okay, no problem. How so? Oh, listen, man. How so? How is that not right? How is he God? How is he not? Right? The Bible said, peace to the Bible. And what verse are you quoting from, though? Like, I mean, no disrespect, because you get theatrical now. You know, peace to you. I mean, is that you want to go to church Sunday night? You're talking about in general. If you want to go to church with your child. Peace to you. I said, question though. Did you like reading? Yeah, that's what's important here. It's actual fact with us and no fact at all. See, my question is, who were we prior to the coming of Christianity? And how was it introduced to us? Because to us, it was introduced violently. It was never introduced. It was introduced this way. I always do this one. The three ends. You always came mercenary, missionary, and military. You always came with, once you docked your boat, say in front of Newark, New Jersey, right? How you doing? I see you and Jacob and the Queen and you. Where you from? We from way over here in York land somewhere. We just come over here. Did you know that God is love? Did you? Yeah, I see y'all doing this. That's heathen. Don't do that. Jesus don't do that. Right? Then you took a story of a black man who actually walked, killed him, actually, took him out the picture, then created and fabricated a whole theme park and story. Yeah. Anyway, so this kind of explains what makes. Actually, I complimented the sister too, because I actually went on to say that, or our people, what makes that, how do you put it, pleasing to people is because of who we are and what the conduit and the vessels, because our swagger, the way we walk, the way we talk, yeah, who we are as a people. You know what I mean? We were the vessel. Droves of people came to this religion as a result. There was a time, even during the course of slavery, you didn't even want us in your churches. And we had to create our own. Richard Allen, African Methodist Episcopal, and all them, right? And he introduced the Afrocentric perspective, you know, that all our images will be black. Which they were anyway, because we're the fathers and mothers of civilization. Right? It's just that unfortunately that knowledge was taken from you. See, when you don't know that, then I'm dancing to the beat of someone else's drum. Right? God is the black man. Listen to this one, Jacob. More importantly, God is Jacob. Right, God Jacob. That's who I am. Right. You know what I mean? I took on the name God Jacob. Right. That's who you are. Right? This is not to disrespect. It's to speak to who you are, you know, in terms of the knowledge of yourself. So, having said that, so peace to the Newark Street Academy.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.